We're Max and Oksana, an ordinary couple on an extraordinary half-lap adventure around Australia. This week, we found ourselves in the heart of Australia's Red Centre, the famous Uluru. We expected magical sights and beautiful sunsets, but little did we know that the highlight of this week's adventure was actually going to be an adventure cat called Nala and a camel named Whisky. Good morning. Last night we finally made it to Uluru. So we are parked up at the Ayers Rock campground, which is the only campground here in the vicinity of Uluru, and it is busy here. Last night as we pulled up, we found a spot, and then just as we were getting ready to settle in for the night, we met a really cool couple. Their names are Julie and Dan, and they have, wait for it, an adventure cat traveling with them. So obviously, as cat lovers, we were absolutely drawn to them and had to immediately move our car, park up next to them, and get to know their cat. So if you guys are keen, I'm going to show you around and give you a chance to meet their cool adventure cat Nala. Okay, vlog, meet beautiful Nala, her mom Julie, and her dad Dan. These guys have been traveling in their bus for the last 8 months. We're so lucky to have met them here at the Ayers Rock campground. Nala is a real adventure cat, although when it's windy, she really likes to be inside. Well, we have made it to Uluru. The rock is pretty freaking impressive. Just driving up to it, it was impressive, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and now we're here at the base of it. And since you can no longer climb it, since 2019, I think so, as a way to respect the traditional owners of this land and not to go to their sacred site, the best way to experience the rock, or so we think, is to do a base walk.
Yeah, it's about 10 kilometers. It takes about 3.5 hours to go all the way around. So we're about to get started with that right now.
The flies may or may not eat us.
Because Oksana doesn't want to buy bug nets.
Should we buy bug nets? Tell us in the comments.
Yes.
No. I think we picked the best time of the year to come here. This walk is partially now shaded and the temperature is hovering around mid-20s, so it's super comfortable and easy to do the walk. If you come here in December like Max did, what was it, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
The temperature was 45 degrees.
Something like that.
Not very comfortable. So we lucked out. Well, we have made it to the halfway point. So far, the temperature is perfect. There's like parts that are very sunny and lovely, and then there are parts that are very shaded and cool, and so you get a chance to cool down and warm up, cool down and warm up. And it's just a lovely walk. So, onwards we go.
And now is the hot part.
No shade.
No shade.
Well, quick switcheroo on our sunset spot. The spot we got before was getting way too crowded and way too many people there, just being loud and not just peacefully enjoying sunset. So we have moved about a couple of kilometers down the road where we could just pull up Tilly and have a nice little time for ourselves.
Well, another day in the beautiful red center, and today we're going to do the Olgas. They have a Aboriginal name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a beautiful rock formation that is about 30 or 40 kilometers away from Uluru on the road, a little bit less driving. And yeah, it has a nice little full track lookout. You climb up about 170 meters, and they also have a gorge. So we'll see if we can do both of them before catching sunset later on. So let's go see if the flies aren't going to bother us too much.
Well, this is a steep climb.
Yeah.
So we made it to the Karengana lookout, which is kind of the most famous lookout here in the Olgas, and it is amazing. You kind of just come up the rocks and get to the top, and it just opens up this amazing view. The whole park is just really beautiful, and my humble opinion, it's actually prettier than Uluru itself. I don't know. Who else agrees? All right, let's continue. Heading out to another spot right here just near the campground, and we've got the whole crew in place. Got a couple of hitchhikers riding in the back, including little Nala. She's coming with us because we're not going into the national park, so she is allowed to come along. Uluru and the nearby town is hosting a camel race, which is, yes, as crazy as it sounds. Kind of like horse racing, but I guess camel racing, and there's a ball and a party, so we thought, hi, we just can't miss that. So.
All right, we're at the famous annual camel auction for the races tomorrow that we're going to be going to. So we're going to see if maybe we'll buy a camel. We probably won't because it's too expensive, but we'll enjoy some music, have a few drinks, and enjoy the festivities. Can I get 2 Shiraz, please?
Okay, with some.
Can I go and collect $200 at the same time?
Go straight to jail.
Oh, I got my jail free card.
Okay, you placed in the cup last year there. Have a good look at this camel here. Only 5 camels to go there, folks. If you don't want to miss out with your bids, please make your way up. It's very hard to see out the back. We'll do our best. If you're waving, maybe scream. Or just take out your wallet or something and flash or something. Okay, only 5 camels to go. You placed in the cup really well last year. Okay, number 4, Panicking. Got to be 500 in there right now. 500, 556. That's 600. That's 650. That's 650. It is. That's 657. That's 700. 758. 850. 850. The bid's out here. 9. At 900, ladies and gentlemen. At 900, 950. 1,000 out the back. 1,000. 1,100. 1,200. At 1,200 it is right here. At 1,250. At 1,255 you go 13. At 1,300. 1,350. It's against you now. 1,350 it is. At $1,350. 1,350, 14. At 14, the bid's here. At 1,400, ladies and gentlemen. At $1,400 for Panicking. At $1,400. First call at 1,400. See it out, ladies and gentlemen. Second call at 1400. Third and final call at 1400. Sold. Well done.
Okay, today is the big exciting day we have been waiting for. It's the Uluru Camel Cup.
Bare knuckle camel racing.
It is very ridiculous, but we will go and entertain this local activity.
Tradition. Cultural experience.
Cultural experience. We will not judge what they do. We will admire and
Have a few bevies.
We did attempt to buy a camel yesterday, but they were selling way too high. The highest camel sold for $5,500, and that's just for a chance to claim the prizes should that camel end up winning the races.
You don't actually
today.
get the camel.
Yeah, you don't get a
You
camel.
don't get camel meat, you get nothing. You don't get even camel stench.
It's all for good fun. I think a lot of money goes to charity, so it's just a fun local community event. So we're gonna go check out the races today. There's a ball later on. It is a bit chillier than we'd like, so we're all bundled up. There are no fascinators at these races. We'll just have some good time. And our friends are still with us. They haven't left us yet.
Well, first race is pretty crazy. It started very, very abruptly. One camel was facing backwards, and it was pure mayhem. Camels hitting each other, riders bumping into each other. But the wild card that we saw last night, who it's his first race, absolutely crushed it by at least 3 or 4 lengths. So he looks like he's a potential winner.
Whisky is just sharing the love here with one. Get them all right, old quickly.
Oh, you're both doing it. Oh boy.
Come on, don't be shy. Get in the sack. Nice, all thongs. Risky choice. Very nice.
Oh, I came in 3rd. No good. Bit too old, man. I'm no spring camel anymore.
Started strong and then they just came out.
Oh, they did?
Huge leaps.
It's like they've done it before.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an interesting day at the races. We're down to the last hour or so. There's been some pretty fun activities in between the races. There was hoop throwing competition and a fashion show and a bunch of other stuff to keep us entertained. So now we're just lining up and waiting for the last race to begin. Who's gonna take it all? There we go, final race. Who are we cheering for?
Whiskey.
Whisky the wild card.
Whisky the wild card.
Well, the rush to get to the bus so we can make our way back back to the campground. Well, we are back at camp just in time for the sunset and back in our little courtyard setup where Nala has been hanging out all day without us. Time to take her out for a walk and for us to start a fire.
You go nice and cozy by the fire? AKA lazy fireman cutting duty.
Well, also,
Babysitting.
Nala.
Well, that wraps us up this week. We had an awesome time in Uluru and visiting all the different sites and things to see there. And obviously we had an amazing time at the camel race. It was well worth staying the extra few days. We hadn't planned to do that, but we met some awesome new friends. We got to hang out with Nala, and it was just a real cool overall time. It was a nice slow pace, which is good to do every once in a while. We typically don't do that. We typically rush. So it was good to slow down and just enjoy our time and have some wine and have some good food and have some good laughs. From here on out, we are traveling over to Kings Canyon and the West Max, the McDonald Ranges, which are just outside of Alice Springs. And we're going to be doing that for the next week until popping into Alice Springs to do some restock up, stretch our legs in the hotel room. So as always, if you guys don't follow us already, make sure to click on the icon below to subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon to be notified when we release new videos. We typically like to release them on Sunday or Monday, depending on if we have good internet at the time. So until next week, guys, take care.